Have you ever wondered what makes you tick and what actually makes you work? You know, people always say to me, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I'm a great believer that you can't fix what you can't understand. When you understand the rules of your mind and how to apply them in your whole life, you can pretty much have whatever you want. My name is Marisa Peer. I've been a therapist for my entire adult life, and I've trained therapists all over the world. And I've used my technique to work with movie stars, Olympic athletes. And I'm going to start today by telling you one of my favorite rules of your mind. And when you learn them and apply them, it can really help you to change your entire life. So let's start with my favorite rule of your mind. Every thought you think is a blueprint that your mind, your body, and indeed your psyche must work to make real. So we think we're just thinking thoughts. We can any thought, oh, I'm exhausted, this is killing me, this commute will be the death of me, my kids are making me lose my mind. But your mind is a genie, and your wish is its command. And when you think a thought, you're not thinking a thought. So people who say things like, I always get sick in the winter, I always get headaches when the heating comes on, you can never make it without a college degree, none of these things are true. But when you think that thought repeatedly, you're making it true, because your mind's job is to make your thoughts real. You might think, well, I didn't even understand that. But let me ask you something. Have you ever thought of something really embarrassing and gone red? Have you ever thought of something really sad and your eyes fill up with tears? Have you ever thought of hunger and your tummy rumbles? And they're all proof of this. Even more than all of those things is something else. What you think of a drug will affect you more than what's in the drug. You can say to a child, Mummy's going to kiss it better, Mummy's putting on magic cream, Mummy's rubbing away the pain. And because they believe that thought, it becomes real. So the placebo means what you think of a drug will affect you more than the chemical compounds within that drug. So we already know, because science, quantum physics, and medical science tells us this every day. So I want you to just remember this expression. Every thought you think is a blueprint that your mind, body, and psyche work to make real. Now you know that, it's time to start upgrading your thoughts. And you go, I'm chronically tired, I'm exhausted, I could eat a horse. Imagine if you come and go, I'm starving. I'm absolutely starving, I'm going to eat a horse. A part of your brain called an apposite that says you've had enough to eat now says, oh my God, you're starving. Starving is terrifying. Even 500 years ago, the biggest killer, it was hunger. So we're hardwired to be scared of hunger. When you say I'm starving, the mind that will say you've had enough now, you're full, will actually encourage you to eat more and more and more, because you keep telling it you're starving. When you say I'm falling apart, I'm dying under the pressure, this stress is killing me, your mind goes, this thing called a job is killing you? I better give you an ulcer, then you can't go to this place called job. And guess what? It can't kill you. So your thoughts are yours. They're not mine. They're not anyone. They are your thoughts. And you are free to upgrade them, update them, change them completely. You know, I started doing this very important work, and I worked with women had problems getting pregnant, a lot of miscarriages, and they say things like, oh, I don't want to tell you when I'm pregnant in case I lose the baby. I'm not going to buy anything in case I lose the baby. I'm not going to do anything in case I lose the baby. They're always looking for signs they were losing the baby. And I say, no, tell everyone you're having a baby, show people the scan, buy some things, believe your body is making a perfect baby. Of course, if you're listening to this, you've had a miscarriage. I'm not saying that's your fault. What I am saying is we all have to be responsible for our thinking. The word responsibility means an ability to respond. So just check. How do you talk about yourself? Do you say, I'm falling apart? I'm dying of stress. I'm exhausted. I feel like I haven't slept for a week. This kid is making me go insane. I had a friend who used to say that all the time, and I noticed with her, she had a very short fuse. And I said, why don't you stop saying that? It's not even true. You wanted this baby, and you went through a lot to have this baby. You love this baby. Your baby is what I call an age-appropriate child. They're a bit demanding, a bit needy, because they're dependent. It's not making you go insane. That baby is giving you so much love. And she said, you know what? When I gave up that word, everything started to change. I became calm. I just said, my kid is age appropriate. My kid is a normal kid. And one day they won't even be here and I miss them terribly. And of course, that's the truth for every parent. So imagine you've got to write a piece for work and you say things like, I'm terrible at writing. I can't focus. I'm going to mess this up. This is going to be just terrible. Now this is a blueprint. You're saying the very words you don't want to say. I'm terrible at writing. I hate working under pressure. How about if you flip that and said, I'm good at writing, I can put my thoughts on paper, and I'm going to write something great for my boss and he's going to love it. You see, when you say the first one's going to be awful, everything changes in your body. You feel stressed, you feel anxious, you feel worried, and when you're anxious, your brain empties. It's a bit like when you're scared. Your brain empties. When you're nervous, you can't get your key in the door. You start to spill everything. But when you say, oh, I've got this, I can write this in now, it's going to be amazing. You become calm. When you're calm, your brain works better. When you're nervous, your brain empties. It sends all the blood to your heart and lungs because it thinks, oh, you're nervous? Must be a lion somewhere. Because we have a very primitive brain. When you say, I'm super chilled, I can do this, then you have a much better memory, much better focus. You see, you have a choice. You can choose to use positive or negative words. It's up to you. You have a choice, but your body has no choice. It must act according to the words you are using. You have the choice to use better words. I'm ready, I'm calm. Just changing nervous to excited, freaked out to ready, calm, focused. I've got this will make a massive difference. So every thought you think is a blueprint that your mind, body, and psyche work to make real. Upgrade your blueprints and you'll upgrade your whole life, not just sometimes, but all the time. So please put in the comments some words you use all the time. This is killing me. If I look at a cake, I get fat. I always get sick. I can't sleep when I'm under pressure. Write down some of the phrases, words that you notice you're using that are hurting you. And then let's all help you flip those to something very positive that will help you instead. And please make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can see every rule of your mind. There are many of them, and apply them to your entire life. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.